So hello and welcome to another Raggies video. So today, Raggies, uh, is a pub review, and this time I'm going to be talking about the Abdication pub, which is based in Daybrook in Nottingham, on the outskirts of Nottingham, not overly far away from me, literally about half a mile, something like that anyway. Directly facing the Home Ales brewery. And it does, as somebody who's a fan of the brewery trade, it does niggle you that we've lost good breweries, big breweries. What would be these days, if they were still around, national breweries, mega breweries. Went in last week. We'd been into Arnold. First I went to Black Iris Brewery and Tap Room, then went to the Organ Grinder in Arnold, the Blue Monkey, and then to Robin Hood, Little John in Arnold. And again, North Nottingham, a cracking place for not a lot of pubs, but some very good quality pubs. Just have another swag of my drink, and then I'll go a bit further. So I went into Abdication. Whenever I drive by, if I'm late home, they open at 4 o'clock. I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 o'clock on Sunday. I may be wrong, so please comment if I am wrong. One of my wife's friends, blonde-haired lady, she's in there quite a lot, her and a partner, and a lovely lady. We used to babysit. We took my daughter and her daughter were good friends at one stage. Kids grow up, don't they? So anyway, we went in, and on Cask, I picked up Fortitude from Bristol Beer Factory. They had a flight of 4 beers, and I'm a beer reviewer. I'm not going to get the 4 beers. Everyone else got 1 beer. I got 4. And I was actually in good fettle, to be fair. There's a gentleman behind the bar serving. I didn't see, is it Lucy, who's the co-owner? I presume that the gentleman serving me was one of the owners. I'm sure it was. But sadly, I haven't been in there. I did go in during COVID, when you could only go and sit outside. In COVID, when we sit inside, but it was all spaced out. It wasn't the greatest. In most pubs, it wasn't the greatest atmosphere, if I'm being honest. Last Saturday, a week today, we went in. So, Fortitude. From Bluestone Brewing Company, I had Stone Cold Pale Ale, which, as a wrestling fan, Stone Cold, it's got a bit of a pull there. I also had Idaho 343 from Red Willow Brewery, based out of Manchester, I think. 7% DDH IPA. And finally, Smile and Wave. God, it's amazing how the wife tells me stuff and I can't remember it. And yet I can remember a beer. Cracking, isn't it? Smile and Wave from Shiny Brewery, based out of Little Eaton in Derbyshire. Truly awful brewery to try and find. Fantastic brewery, don't get me wrong. But the sat nav is ridiculously tough to find unless you know the area. When you're not from the area, you go around in circles. But I found it great brewery anyway. So that was a 10% Imperial Stout. We stood in front of the fire. There was no seating. It was literally 8 o'clock at night. No seating because it was full. And for a little micropub, basically not much bigger than the size of the Raggy Beer Room, 16x10, the beer room is, and it's literally like that and about another half on. So yeah, it's not a massive place, but wow, the vibe in there, the friendliness you got, the character, the room itself had lots of photos and that, and it was a lovely warm atmosphere, the warmest that I've felt in any of my times I've been there. And a lot of that's due to COVID. COVID ruined a lot of the experience of good pubs. And we had this dog that kept coming up, and there was some biscuits. We opened this tin of biscuits, well, somebody did, and the dog and we've got best friends. Then dogs are like they are belly. It's all about the food. The beer itself was outstanding, both on cask and keg, and the good chap at the end actually says, you're Raggy, aren't you?" And yeah, yeah, yeah. And and the funny thing is, people see me, and it's like I've had people say, "You're a celebrity." No, 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 no. I'm just like you. I'm just a beer drinker that likes a beer, and obviously he's on YouTube and things like that. But yeah, I'm exactly the same as every single body else, and I don't ever think I'm that anyway different. Anyway, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? And I live locally as well, so that makes it even more special for me. But yeah, we had a great time and totally enjoyed the abdication. We'll be going back. I felt when I walk into a pub, like most of us, I walk in, and what you don't want is to walk in and feel that, oh dear, this isn't a good place. I walked in, no one's taken any notice of you, which is great. You walk in, you have your beer, and all of a sudden you mould into the pub. You're one of the pub's regulars. You're there. That is how a pub should be. You're a fan of beer. You're here for the beer. It doesn't matter about anything else. It doesn't matter that you're new to the area or they don't know you. That is where a pub should be. And obviously, I know that Abdication are also a part of Place to Brew. I'm not sure if they're the owners of Place to Brew. I'm not that, there's limits to my knowledge and that side of things, but they certainly are pivotal to like the likes of Hop Idle. So, and as also a Nottingham person who wants to promote good beer, support our breweries and the homebrew scene as well, because I do homebrew, obviously. It's important to me as well. But anyway, the abdication. So if you're in Nottingham or you're from Nottingham, you've not been, make your way up to Daybrook. You've got the abdication. You've also got Robin Hood, Little John, the Vale, and also Blue Monkey's organ grinder nearby. It makes for a good night out of the city centre. And sometimes, the city centre, it's good to get out. But anyway, that's it for my review. I hope you've all had a good time listening, and cheers all.